just want information.
So you want information?
We need it!
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about this car. The 67 Ford XL 7-liter 427 4-speed in Clearwater Aqua with a white top, to be exact. Guys had asked a lot about different things on the car. How do you know it's a 101? Do you have a Marty report? How many were made? Today we're going to get into that. Before we get into how rare this car is, I'm going to go over some of the stats of the 427 Galaxie production. For those of you who don't know, I ran the 427 Galaxie registry for many years. I compiled a lot of data on these cars. There's some that's accurate, some that isn't. I focus only on the accurate stuff, not speculation. Like guys who love to say there's 1 of 50 hardtop 427 cars built. Nobody knows that. Nobody can confirm that. Anybody who says that isn't stating the fact correctly. We're going to stick to the facts. And I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what I know. Through 63 to 67, there were over 8,600 full-size Fords built with a 427 engine. Now, that also ranges from single 4-barrel to the 2 4-barrel. The single 4-barrel engine being either a Q code or a W code, and generally about 410 horsepower. The dual quad 427, that was an R code throughout the whole production run. Those were 425 horsepower and came with 2 4-barrel carburetors. All cars had 4 speeds. In 63, they made an estimated 4,895. Now you say 4,895, that sounds like an exact number. Well, it's an estimate because we only know of how many engines were installed into cars. We don't know how many actual cars there were that got engines. Kind of weird. Ward Automotive would produce books every year for all the new car model makers that would say how many engines were made of a certain cubic inch size, 390, 427, 352, and so on. They gave that whole number for the 427s in 1963. It was 4,895 engines. 1964, the same thing applies. Ford put the number out for Wards, and they published it in their book, number 3,104 total engines assembled and supposedly installed in cars. 65, the number is 320, another estimated number from engines installed in cars. We go up to 66, still going from that same data, 231 engines assembled and installed in cars. Now, 1967 is when we get accurate numbers. Kevin Marty, many of you may be familiar with him. He has the Marty report. All the production breakdown is with him for the 67 model year. And in 1967, there were 89 427 Fords built of the full-size cars. That breaks down into 70 cars with the R engine code engine, the 425 horsepower 427, and 70 cars with the W code 427 engine, which was a 410 horse single 4-barrel engine. When I was running the 427 Galaxie registry, I came up with, on the 67s alone, I had a total of 18 cars registered. 14 of those were R codes and 4 of those were W codes. I won't get into the other years because it's kind of meaningless to go with those from here on forward. The particulars on this car, let's start with that. Obviously, it's a 67. It was built in Chicago. It has code 58 for the XL 2-door hardtop. R code, obviously, 427, 4.25 horsepower engine. The color was a Clearwater Aqua with a white top. As you can see, white top on the car. That was a Wimbledon white top. Not a very common color. Pretty nice looking when it's brand new. This paint is obviously not brand new. Originally equipped with the 8A vinyl interior in black. The scheduled build date for the car was June 5th, 1967. The actual day that it was completed was July 17th, 1967, which is about 42 days behind schedule. We'll get into that a little bit further and what that means. It was sold out of Code 41, which is the District Sales Office, or DSO. You'll see that on the door tags. That's where the dealership who ordered the car was located. And then has a Code 5 350 rear gear and a Code 5 4-speed, which all 427 Ford full-size cars had. Only 4-speed equipped cars. It was sold new at Hawkins Ford Company in Oak Lawn, Illinois. Now, to the final assembly date. It's 42 days behind schedule. July 17th, 1967. There's some speculation, and as far as my data shows, and other guys that I've spoken to, their data kind of agrees with it. This car could be the very last 427 Galaxie ever built. There's no way to confirm that without pulling all the data from Kevin Marty for the month of July. I'm not going to do that. It involves a lot of people's cars that I'd have no business knowing the information of. So at this point, all that can be done is to speculate that. You may look at this car and say, it's in really good shape. It's hard to say for sure, but from all indications, speaking with guys who know this car and knowing where the car came from, the previous owners, the car is reported to have 12,424 original actual miles. Hard to believe, I know, but the car is in really good shape for where it came from, Chicago. Normally, Chicago Rust Belt cars rot everywhere. This car really doesn't have that. Now, do a further breakdown on the car. I've had questions. You say it was a one of one. Here we go. I'll do a breakdown for it. For reference, this information comes directly from the Marty report. In 1967, Ford built 952,553 full-size Fords. That's a lot of cars. Of the XL model, which this is, they did 21,053 total. Breaking that down, the XL cars, they made 22 427 Galaxies as the XL model. I don't have correct data of XL 7-liter optioned 427 cars. I had seen that there were 8, possibly. I can't confirm that data. That actual number seems kind of high for me, knowing that there were only 89 of these cars built total. Again, I go back to 22 built total with the 427 engine. This is the only car painted with Clearwater Aqua and a Wimbledon white top. Going into the options with this car. Obviously, two-tone paint. 7-liter sports package. Has a convenience control panel, which is a unique option. You don't see that in many cars. Electronic clock, visibility group, G7015 Firestone, white oval tires, power driver seat, AM radio, and rear seat speaker. Yes, I'm reading it from this. I can't memorize that off the top of my head. Nice option package. So, as it states, and clearly you can tell, this is a one-of-one car. How rare is it? Given the fact that there were only 89 ever built, 70 R code, 427, 4.25 horse, 2 4-barrel cars, and this is the only one ever painted Clearwater Aqua with the Wimbledon white top, I'd say it makes it very, very rare. Now, going back to the data that I compiled in the 427 Galaxie registry, making note that I only registered a total of 18 of these 427 cars total. I had run the Galaxie registry for 13 or 14 years. Sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head exactly how many years. It was a good amount. Search high and low for all the 427 cars during that time. Found a lot of them. But it was only a small percentage of the whole production total. And I got to the point where I stopped finding cars, stopped having cars sent to me, and just kind of, it quieted up. I didn't get many cars to dribble every now and again. In the beginning, I got a lot of cars flooded my way. I registered a lot early on. I'd see auction results, cars that I knew personally, cars from people who owned them and sent the information to me to register them. We got to the point where, again, like I said, the information slowed quite a bit. And I hadn't gotten any information on 67s in quite a long time. Hadn't seen any new ones arise out of the woodwork, barn finds, nowhere. Pretty much every car that was out there, everybody kind of knew about. Now that can lead you to think a couple of things. Are there hardly any left? I don't know. How many were thrown to the junkyard? I know of at least one. I'm sure there were many, many more. I have record of an engine block from a car that was junked in Texas. The engine block was pulled and was going to be stuck into a 69 Mustang. How many cars were crashed? How many cars rotted away and could never be saved, and the drivetrains just pulled out and used in something else, like that block that I had found? These are things we'll never know. But, I mean, we can guess that a lot of these cars did die a horrible death, if you want to call it that. They were just cars. A lot of times, guys didn't really care. They drove them everywhere, just treated as cars. And when they got some miles on them, they would send them to the junkyard. They got too rusty, send them to the junkyard. And they'd be gutted out and cool stuff taken, like the engine, transmission, and the cars would get crushed. So I think it'd be safe to say that a large number of all the 427 cars through the whole production run from 63 to 67 were probably gone. Is it 50%? That's very possible. Is it more? Yeah. Could be very possible too. That's a number we're never going to know. The only thing that I know is what I saw through my collection of data. I just stopped seeing new cars. And I'll give you the numbers here. In 63, I had 236 registered. 64, I had 159 registered. In 65, 17. Now I know there's a gentleman who runs a 65 registry, and I'm sure he has more cars than I do. I wasn't privy to that information. In 66, 25. I did talk with Tom Lanulitis, who runs a 66 Ford full-size registry, him and another gentleman, and he was very kind to share data with me on 427 cars that he registered, and I shared data with him as well. So together we compiled 25. And as I said, in 67 there were 18. How many are dead? How many are long gone? We don't know. I'm sure it's a large amount though. Well, I hope this video has answered some of the questions that you guys had posted up in the comments. I tried to answer a few of them as we went along. I think I miss some sometimes, and I don't get notifications for a day or two later. I don't know why that is, kind of strange, but it's the way it went. So if you have any more comments or questions, throw them in the comments section. I'd love to see them, love to hear from them, see what you think about this car, what your questions are. Maybe I can answer them. Once again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everyone's support.